Hi folks, welcome back to our channel. I'm Joe Ferranti Gennaro,
And I'm Delina.
and we're going to go over some interesting tips and tricks for all your remodeling needs. So what's the topic that's been coming up lately?
Lately, when I've been out on the field, all the customers are saying, how long is the project going to take? And even if you've already demoed it, they still want to know, how long is it going to take? Because the demo goes so quick, and then they think you're going to be done like in the next week.
Okay, so that's a really good question. A lot of people have that question on their mind. So there's two phases to doing a kitchen project, let's say. First is your design and permitting phase, and then you have your construction phase. And they're almost about the same time. So one way of going about it would be to sign a contract off of an estimate, and then go out and do the demolition, and then finish your design and go in for permitting, and then wait with a kitchen tore apart. For most permits take about a month and a half, maybe 2 months to get one. And then once that's done, come in and finish up your kitchen. We at the Bath Kitchen Gallery, we prefer to design up front, do the permitting up front, let you use your kitchen while you're waiting for those things to come in, for the cabinets to come in, all the materials to come in. And then once we have the permit and the materials in, start the job. So the design phase would be doing drawings, finding out what's important to you, like, do you have a certain spot in your kitchen that you want to have your pots and pans or whatever, and getting all that design work done up front. And then signing the contract once the design's done. Then we go for ordering and permitting. We have to turn it into the county or the cities for permitting. And that process is, like I said, about a month and a half to 2 months.
So they are still using their original kitchen while that's all going on?
Yes, still able to use their kitchen.
Oh, that's a good.
So that 2 months up front, let's say, there's work behind the scenes, but there's nothing happening in the house.
Right.
And then once we get started in the house, we have the permit, we have all the materials. Once we get started in the house, you have your dust protection, or come in and put up the dust protection. Your demolition phase, which is usually a couple, 2 to 3 days, depending on if we're taking walls down or not. Same thing with framing phase. There's like stages. You have demolition, you have framing. Sometimes some projects we're not moving walls or anything. Sometimes we are. So it can be either a day's worth of framing or maybe a week of framing, depending on how much walls are removing. Then once that's done, so let's say that's the first week, demo and framing, then we have the electrical and the plumbing rough ends. Some of the jobs were like putting in an island where there wasn't one, so we got to cut open the floor.
Might take a little bit longer.
Might take a little bit longer to do something like that.
And are you waiting on inspections or?
Okay, so after our plumbing rough and our electrical rough ends, we're going to get in inspections. Once we have the inspections, then we'll be able to hang drywall, do our drywall finishing and painting. So the first week was the demolition and framing. The second week is the rough ends, plumbing and electric with inspections. Third week would be drywall hanging and finishing. The fourth week is when we're going to start putting the cabinets in. So you see a lot of progress then with the cabinets that go in. So you got 3 weeks of a lot of things happening. Then unfortunately we go to the templating stage, which, you see all this stuff happening all the time, and then all of a sudden there's waiting. So the fourth and fifth weeks are waiting for the countertops. What we do is we set the cabinets, and we come out after the cabinets are installed and we put a template on them so we get an exact measurement. So even though this is a straight run across this countertop, we want to measure the walls when the cabinets are installed so that everything is square and installed the way the walls are going.
Right.
So these cabinets would be sitting here for 2 weeks without the tops on them.
Okay.
So it's basically work for 3 to 4 weeks. And then wait for 2 weeks. So now we're at like 5.
Right.
And then the last week when the tops go in, it's just like punch out. So we come in, hook up the sink, faucet, set the appliances.
So we're at 6 weeks.
So it's average about 6
from
weeks.
the day that we started the demo.
Start the demo, yes.
And then you have like a month prior to getting all the supplies.
So the total would be 2 months up front. So 2 months up front, and then a month and a half to 2 months for the completion of it. So you really could say it's almost half and half.
Yeah.
You know, half up front, waiting, half doing the job.
Great.
Okay, well, thank you for watching our channel. Please like and subscribe for more information on remodeling in Tampa.